Hello, I'm Olga Veremeychik, so welcome to the Department of Foreign Languages at our university. So it's my great pleasure to be here today with you. Guys, do you hear me? Are you in the chat? Okay, if you are present, let's get started. So, every day millions of people travel all over the world for business or pleasure. While you are traveling, you will need to use different words and phrases in different situations to greet people to be properly understood. So today, we are going to talk about such phrases. So to talk about greetings and introductions in English, we have used online resources. Oxford Online, you will see two guides on your screens and some textbooks, courses in spoken English. So, are you ready? Okay. Imagine that you are on a business trip or you are meeting some important clients for the first time. Or maybe you work in service, for example, in a hotel, and you need to talk to guests and customers. What language are you going to use in these situations? So, look at this slide. In general, greetings can be divided into formal, neutral, and informal. So neutral means neither formal nor informal, so something in between. So our presentation is divided into 4 parts. Let's start with part 1, formal greetings and introductions. So we offer you to listen to a short dialogue. Okay, let's listen to a short dialogue. Okay, here you are. So this dialogue uses more formal language. Can you see what makes it formal? First, the guy started by saying good morning. The greetings good morning, good afternoon, and good evening are quite formal. So these phrases are official. However, it's common in this situation to simply say morning and that's all. And your name is more formal than asking what's your name. After introducing herself, the girl said, "Very nice to meet you," adding very. So it makes it sound more formal. "Nice to meet you," on the other hand, is less formal. "Welcome to Madrid." Does it sound formal or informal to you? Saying welcome by itself is neutral. It's not formal. So it's a small change that makes a big difference. However, adding to and a place makes it sound much more formal. For example, if you say welcome to our office, that sounds formal. While at the same time, if you say just welcome, it doesn't sound so formal. Okay. So, when you greet someone in English, you usually ask some kind of "how are you?" question. Do you remember what Kasia asked Olivier? She asked, "How are you today?" So one word makes a difference. Do you know which one? Yes, you're right. It's the word today. Very well, thank you, and yourself. So the words very well and yourself make it sound formal. Well and you are less formal. So let's come to part 2, neutral greetings and introductions. If you are at work or at the university or you meet your colleague or your friend, you are the same age, in the same department or in the same faculty group, whatever. So in this particular situation, you don't need to be formal, but at the same time, you wouldn't want to sound too casual. Again, we have a short dialogue for you. Let's listen to this dialogue. Here you are. First, let's compare this dialect to the formal one from part 1. They follow the same structure, but this dialect is much less formal. What are the differences? First of all, the word hello. I'm sure you have used this word very often. It's a neutral greeting which you can use in any situation. Then Kasha asked Olivier's name with a simple question. What's your name? It's not difficult, isn't it? That's because neutral language is the simplest language. Moreover, have you noticed that this dialogue is shorter than the formal dialogue in part 1, and the words are simpler? So, let's come to part 3, informal greetings and introductions. So, the same dialogue. Here you are. Это. Okay. So the first thing you can see is that the dialogue is even shorter than the neutral dialogue you saw in part 2. They use a lot of short questions and sentences. Your name, how are you doing, you. These are fine in informal speech, and native speakers often shorten sentences and questions like this. However, you won't do this in a more formal situation. There are some more phrases such as hi, hey, pretty good. These words and phrases are good to use in an informal situation. So the 3 dialects have the same structure, but the language is different. You can use different words and phrases to greet people and introduce yourself with different level of formality. But there is one more thing. When you're making introductions, you might need to introduce another person. So, we have come to part 4, how to introduce someone else. Look at your screens. Let's see how you can do that in formal, neutral, and informal ways. There are formal and informal phrases. Finally, what about informal introductions? Let's listen to Kasha.
If you want to make an informal introduction, the most common way is just to say the 2 people's names, then say them again in reverse. For example, imagine you're introducing 2 people called John and Emma to each other. You could say John, Emma, Emma, John.
So it's not difficult, isn't it? So now you know how to greet people and introduce yourself or someone else in different situations. Are you tired? I think a little bit. But we have some more things to offer you. In our presentation, there are short dialogues for you to practice and a short quiz on useful phrases. Well, I would like you to listen to such short dialogues. Okay, so the first dialogue.
1.14. Good morning, Mr. Ho.
Morning, Jim. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Is it difficult? No, it seems to me. So the second one.
1.15. Hi.
Hi, I'm late for work. See you tonight.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Okay, you see two friends on the screen. Okay. The next one.
1.16.
Hello, Jenny. Hello, Wendy. Sorry I'm late.
Well,
1.17.
It's a formal one, isn't it? Yes, you are right. Okay, we are trying to listen to a short dialogue. Okay, let's wait a couple of minutes. Okay, let's try again. So this one. Okay, some technical problems, unfortunately. Okay, we should wait a little bit. So the topic is not difficult, isn't it? I'm sure that you know such phrases, and I'm sure that you have used them several times. This topic is not completely new for you. Okay. The only thing is to practice. The more you practice, the better. Try to speak to your friends. Try to speak to your relatives. Why not? Try to speak to your colleagues at work or to your students in your group. It will be a good chance to practice your English. Okay. So, let's come to our short dialogues, which we didn't have an opportunity to listen to. Maybe, okay.
1.60.
Yes, a mother.
Sorry I'm late.
Okay, so the next one.
1.70.
Good afternoon, sir. Madam.
Good afternoon. Table for two, please.
Yes, sir. Over there.
Okay. So, this dialogue is very interesting. Let's listen to it.
1.80. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Kevin. This is my mother. Mum, this is Kevin.
Good evening, Mrs. Ashton.
Good evening, Kevin.
Okay.
1.90. Good night, Jenny.
Good night, Kevin. Thanks for a lovely evening.
So, do you think that that is all? No. So we have a short quiz for you. So this is a quiz on useful phrases. It's not difficult. So you have a phrase and you have 4 options to choose. Well, let's start with the first one. What do you think? Okay. Yes, right you are. This phrase fits the best. So, the next one. Think over. It's not difficult. Yes, this phrase fits the place. Some more questions, some more phrases. Well, Very often we use such phrases. Many thanks for the lovely flowers. My pleasure is the answer. Have you heard this question? Yes, you have, I am sure. So, right you are. This one. Shall we go now? Well, okay. Are you ready? Yes, you're right. This one. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day. Have a nice morning. The answer is yes, you're right. Well, that's really nothing is the answer. Well, so I'm well. Well, before saying goodbye to you, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for participating in our meeting today. And of course, our meeting cannot happen without the help of Polina Lachskutka and the guys from our media center. And I would like to thank them all. Bye. Have a nice day.